Good evening, everyone. I do hope you're having a good day. I'd like to provide you with some training information today as it relates to tackling big problems in small groups. With COVID-19 and the upheaval that has occurred over this last 4 or 5 months, I can imagine that this would have generated a lot of problems in various organizations. And as a leader, in order to prevent yourself from getting burnt out or just simply overwhelmed with the sheer number of problems that you have to deal with, it is important that you are able to have a sort of system that helps you place your problems in smaller sections, into smaller groups. So when tackling big problems, what you can do and what I suggest that you do is that you first of all start with a piece of paper or a digital device and make a list of all the problems that you need to deal with. Once you've made that list, the next step I would suggest that you do is that you place those problems into categories. So things that bear some similarity. So if it's recruiting, if it's training, those are sort of similar. So you could place those in one category. Then if it comes to the service that you provide to customers and the offerings that you provide to customers and product issues, product related issues, customer complaints, you can place those under a different category. And just in that way, in that sort of methodology, go through the problems that you have and place problems that are similar into categories. Once you've done this, this helps to actually simplify the problems because you're one step closer towards tackling them. Now that you have a list of problems under one heading, so a small group of problems under one heading, then what you can do next is to identify the relevant leaders either within your organization or in other organizations. So identify the relevant leaders and experts in the field that you require solutions to. So when you're faced with a problem, it's important that you don't try and solve it all by yourself, that you pull on the team of leaders that have expertise in the area where you require solutions. Once you've identified those leaders, then make contact with them with a view to brainstorming ideas and solutions as it relates to those problems. Once those meetings are set up, and you've brainstormed ideas, then you can then go back again and meet with the relevant leaders in your organization and devise plans and action steps to be taken towards solving those problems. It is important as a leader that you, during the course of your leadership, that you are able to recruit and identify key leaders that have a proven track record of success. Because when it comes to the time when you're dealing with a lot of problems, it is these leaders that you must now rely upon. It's important that you don't try and do everything by yourself. So when you have already taken the time to identify and train your leaders up and they have a proven track record of success and dependability, now that you've actually devised a plan, an action plan, the action steps that need to be taken, you can now delegate tasks to them, delegate authority to them, and so that they can go away and liaise with the people that work under them to actually bring about a change and to solve the problems that are on the ground. It's also important that as you also consult with leaders and experts in the relevant fields under the problems that you under the categories that you require a solution to, that you do not forget those who are on the ground, those who actually are involved in providing service to customers, if that's the area that you need solutions to. Whatever the area is, there are people who are on the ground who can actually see the problem much clearer than you can. And in most cases, they can actually provide you with the solutions that you need. So it's important that you consult with the people at the grassroots as well. So you consult people at the grassroots as well as your top leaders and experts. That way you have a fuller idea, you have a fuller idea of what's going on, and you can provide a broader solution to the problems that you face. It's also important that when you're faced with a high volume of problems, this is not the time to raise up new leaders, because when you raise up new leaders in this time, the the process of actually learning and becoming a great leader involves mistakes. But when you're already faced with a lot of problems, you don't want any mistakes to be made at that point. So it's not necessarily the time for you to raise up new leaders, because if they make a mistake, it would only add to the problems that you already have. So the time to raise up new leaders is when things are relatively calm and when they can make mistakes and be shielded from the repercussions of their mistakes. So you take it upon you as a leader. But when you already have loads of problems, this is not the time to add another problem to the list of problems that you already have. So take your time and make sure that you've already vetted your leaders ahead of time, so that when it comes to the time when you're faced with loads and loads of problems, you can pull on the leaders that you have already vetted and proved, and delegate tasks to them, so that when you have talked together and you've devised solutions, they can go away and implement that with their people. So in order to tackle big problems, the takeaway point is make sure you break it down and place them in smaller categories, because it makes it more manageable for you as a leader. Okay, so these are my thoughts for you today. Please feel free to share this with whoever you think needs to hear it. From my heart to yours, until next time, do take it easy. Bye.